What happened over there?
First of all, we went over there because she had to charge her phone.
A secret from the past and a 3-year-old dead. Now there's a new twist in the killing of Paisley Brown. I'll break it down for you. I'm Angenette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. Take a good look at the little girl in that photo. She's 3 years old. She has a big smile, and her family said she was fun, loving, and energetic. Her name was Paisley Brown, and right now, the man accused of killing her is sitting in a Florida jail. But here's what you haven't heard. We just got our hands on brand new body camera footage of that same man accused of throwing another woman to the ground, all while she was holding their 2-month-old baby. Now a grand jury has just indicted that man on a first-degree murder charge, and prosecutors have 45 days to decide whether they want him to die for what he is accused of doing to Paisley. So the clock is ticking for Jeroen Coombs, and we have the video that shows exactly who this man was long before that little girl ever met him. Now let me bring you up to speed on who this man is and why you should care. Back in February, sheriff's deputies in Marion County, Florida got the call that every law enforcement officer dreads. A child was unresponsive at a home in Citra. When they arrived, they found 3-year-old Paisley Brown. She was already gone. And the man detectives say was inside, her mother's boyfriend, Jeroen Coombs. This little girl, her family said she was fun, loving, and energetic, as I told you, but the people who were supposed to protect her, her own mother and her mother's boyfriend, allegedly failed her in the most horrific way imaginable. According to investigators, Coombs would bind Paisley's hands with a rope tie, tape her legs with blue painter's tape, and that's how she slept, night after night. On the morning of February 19th, deputies say while Paisley's mother was out getting her nails done, Coombs allegedly punched Paisley in the chest 3 times with his knuckles. He dropped her, and she stopped breathing. He didn't call 911. He ran water over her face in the shower, that's the allegation, and then put her in a high chair and tried to give her juice. 40 minutes after her mother first learned that Paisley was unresponsive, somebody finally made the 911 call, but it was too late. Now here's where things get even more disturbing. Before Paisley, there was another baby, another woman, and another alleged incident involving Jeroen Coombs and violence. That brings us to the body camera footage that I mentioned earlier. It's from 2019, and the probable cause affidavit that goes with it. What you're about to see is Jeroen Coombs, 6 years ago, accused of doing something almost identical to what he's accused of doing now, except back then the baby survived. And the outcome of that, you won't believe. Let's go back to December 8th, 2019. A deputy pulls up to a domestic disturbance call. The victim, Coombs' then wife, said she was wearing a chest baby carrier with her 2-month-old son inside when her husband grabbed the back strap and threw her to the ground. But before the deputy even got the full story from her, he talked to someone else who saw it happen.
Did you see everything?
Not everything. When we drove up, we drive that brown vehicle in there. My wife and I were reversing, and I told my wife, I said, that couple looks like they're starting to fight.
Yeah.
So it looks like when we drove up, they were coming back from there.
Right.
After she said they went over there
gotcha.
and he followed her.
Yeah.
And so what we saw was he was kind of grabbing her at that point. I didn't see her throw to the ground or anything, but he was kind of grabbing her.
He threw me right here on the grass.
Right here.
When I got
and then
to
we
here.
parked, and I was walking to go to the substation because I didn't want to call 911. And I saw him, and I asked, is the substation open? He said no. So then I went inside, got my other friend in there. We came out, and that's when I called 911. My wife recorded some stuff on her phone. I'm not sure exactly what she got.
Is she with you?
Yeah, they're inside.
So that was the witness. Now the deputy talks to the woman wearing the baby carrier, and she tells him exactly what led up to this incident.
That's where I was headed. When I was walking out of here, I was headed to the substation.
Okay.
And I said, you're going to keep yelling at me, and the baby's right here. I'm just going to go to the cops and ask the cops for help. And that's when he got mad and started following me when we was walking that way.
So you told him you were going to go in there for that?
Yes.
And that's okay. Did you at all touch him at all?
No, I didn't touch him. I tried to grab my phone. He snatched my phone out of my hands. I said, give me my phone.
When did he snatch the phone? At what point? Did he bring you to the ground? Then he did that?
No, he snatched the phone way before he threw me to the ground.
Okay.
Because I ended up walking that way also. I walked that way and I walked that way. You see that on, if that camera works, you're going to see everything on the camera.
The cameras, are they working? Can you go check that and see if we can get it? At least I can get it on my camera.
Jeroen, Jeroen.
Middle name?
J.
J-A-Y?
I think it's Jarrell. The baby and him has the same name.
It's just J. It starts with J?
J, yeah.
Okay, what's the last name?
Same, Coombs.
I want to go try to find him. If you go to that house,
He won't go over there.
no. What I'm going to say is, you're going to go there now, right?
Yeah.
Can you go there and I'll give you my phone number and you call me and tell me the address? Because I got to do paperwork with you.
Yeah.
But I need to find him.
And y'all got to catch him fast because he has a lot of people that live around here that will pick him up.
Well,
If
if he's going to do that, then he'll have a warrant. So either way, that's my phone number.
Okay.
Right when you get there, call me and give me the address right away because I have to give you this paperwork by law.
No,
Okay?
I'm
This is just saying when he gets released, you want to be notified so that you know he's getting out.
yeah.
So just sign right here that you want to be notified when he gets released. And then this one's the shield. If he gets arrested, over time, like 20 times, let's say, and the judge is like, all right, I'm done with it, he can put an ankle monitor on him where he can't come within so many feet of you. But this is not saying you agree. This is just saying you know what a shield is. It's just an ankle monitor. Just right here saying that. I explained what a shield is to you on the signature part.
Oh, sign?
Yeah, just sign that you're aware of what a shield is. You call me, and then I'll let you know what we're going to do. I just need to give you more paperwork.
That's fine.
So, all right.
The deputy doesn't have to take anyone's word for it. According to the probable cause affidavit, she walked inside the Marion Oaks Community Center and pulled up the security camera footage.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she said he kept grabbing her and grabbing her and grabbing her.
And that was when she went down.
Yeah, cool. Same identical thing she said. Yeah. He grabbed the back of the carrier.
And so Grandma was telling me she had a baby in her hand.
Yeah.
Now the deputy finds Jeroen Coombs and asks him one question.
What happened over there?
First of all, we went over there because she had to charge her phone.
Because you guys don't live out of your car. You live in a house, right?
Yeah.
Timberwalk?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what?
So she went to go talk. I was sleeping in the car because I was tired. She went to go talk to on the phone to the lady. So now she comes back to the car.
Are they with you?
No.
Okay.
She comes back to the car and I guess she's already angry. Like she's like telling me that they don't want me back at the house, and that the only way that she can stay there is if it's only her and the kids. So I was like, okay. She's already, going at me because we're trying to move out, but we just got denied because my credit is not really that good.
Okay.
So she wants us to move out, and I told her I don't have the money yet, so we can't really do that. So I was trying to see if we could stay at the motel, whatever. I told her, like, I don't understand why they don't want me at the house. And she tried to explain it to me, and then she just walks off. She gets angry and walks off. And I'm like, I walk and I try to go talk to her, and she's being defensive. So I tried to tell her, like, I don't understand what you're doing. So I took her phone and I took the keys, and I was gonna leave because I don't understand why she's walking away from me.
Right.
So now she starts getting hysterical, and I'm trying to grab her back to the car so we could just go in the car and sit down and talk. It's not the first time she act like this, but to do it in front of people now is like, wow. So I tried to get her back in the car. When I come back in the car, she started screaming, crying, dropped on the floor while I'm trying to get her up from the car. She didn't want to come in the car, so I gave up. I just went back to the car, and then some guy walked up to me. I guess I seen the lady from afar, but I didn't know she was recording and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But the dude came up to me and told me about, I guess the cops were coming and whatnot, so I was just like,
Yeah, why'd you leave?
because I just didn't want to be in the situation. Like, it got to me, and then he was telling me that I was losing my job and all that stuff.
What? You work at FedEx, right?
Yeah. And at this moment, I already have anything but a job. So I just handed him the phone and the keys, and I just went back.
Yeah. Well, I watched all the surveillance, everything that happened. I mean, what you're saying is right. I mean, what you're saying is she was walking away, you walked after her, you guys kept walking around. She said the same thing. The stories all match up. The problem is she's saying that you grabbed her and she was holding the baby. And you grabbed her and she fell. And it looks like that on camera.
The deputy has seen the video. She knows what happened. And now she tells Coombs he's not walking away.
Yeah, she dropped to the floor and I'm wondering, like, what are you doing? You know, she done this before. That's what I'm saying. It's just now they're doing it in front of people. And it's like, we just got you.
Well, I have to take you with me. I have to, by law, because it's a domestic issue. I'm not saying you're going to lose your job because she might drop the charges. But by law, it's a domestic situation. I got to take you. Have you been arrested before for this? No? I just got to take you up there. Okay? I have to. Do you have anything on you that's illegal at all? No? That was your chance. Just tell me. No, it's fine. What's in here? Is that food?
This is just work stuff.
When do you go to work next? When are you supposed to go to work? Okay. What time?
I leave around 7.
Because, I mean, you'll see the judge at 8 or 9 o'clock, and then you'll probably be out. I mean, we can call your job. Let's get one thing going. All right. Do you have anything else in your pockets at all? I'll put everything together for you in a bag. Or I can put it in here for you, whatever makes it easier. Put it on here. Is everything okay to go in here? Okay. You just want to just put your hands here. Just got to make sure you got nothing else on you. Got nothing at all? Nothing in your shoes or nothing? Okay. Here, I'll cuff you in the front. Turn around. Put your hands together like you're praying. Yeah. That's fine with me. It's fine. I'll let you do it. What is this? These are not my cuffs. Not like this. Come on. I can't stand these cuffs. Just don't move because they're going to get tight, okay? They'll be fine. Sit down. You said the numbers are in your phone? When we get to the jail, I'll let you have your phone. You can get the numbers you need, okay? Before we go in. $60, 10-15 blackmail.
That was 2019. Jeroen Coombs was arrested. A 2-month-old baby was involved. And the outcome? According to court records, a judge withheld adjudication. That means no conviction on his record. Coombs got a deal where he spent 12 months on probation. So fast forward to where we are now. On March 27th, 2026, just days ago, a grand jury indicted Jeroen Coombs on a first-degree felony murder charge. Not second-degree. This is first-degree murder. The indictment also charges him with 3 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of child abuse for alleged crimes against 4 other child victims. The same man who walked away from a baby in 2019 is now accused of killing 3-year-old Paisley Brown. Let me bring you back to February of this year and show you how we got here. According to investigators, Coombs began dating this woman, Jennifer Kendrick, and he moved in with her in January 2026. He met her on Facebook dating just months earlier, and almost immediately he became the primary caregiver for her 5 children. They ranged in age from 1 to 9. Now, I spoke with Lieutenant Paul Bloom of the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Here's what he told me about what they had uncovered.
And getting a young child to talk about something that's so scary, so frightening and nightmarish is not something that happens quickly. So as the days go on, and it's true with a lot of victims, they remember more after the incident has happened. And so with patience and speaking with these children and finding out we have licensed counselors and that conduct these interviews, and we get this information, and the mother, Miss Kendrick, she did not deny it. She admitted her involvement in this and was charged accordingly. The details of this child being tied up and I say punished, they say punished. she was complicit with, you know, in the probable cause affidavit confirms that she knew this was happening. She's responsible. Your children, once you become a parent, any priorities that you had are old. Your new priority is your child, and you are responsible completely for their safety, well-being, and happiness. So she abandoned that, and she's been charged accordingly, and she is right where she needs to be.
Now let's get back to what Jeroen Coombs is accused of doing to Paisley. According to court documents, Coombs had a system for what he called discipline. He told detectives that Paisley had developed a habit of reaching into her diaper and smearing feces. His solution? He would bind her hands with a white rope tie, and when she figured out how to use her feet to remove it, he started taping her legs together with blue painter's tape from her thighs to her ankles. That's how he told police Paisley slept night after night. On the morning of February 19th, deputies said Jennifer Kendrick left the house. She had errands to run. She went to the post office, the DMV, and then a nail appointment. At 10:29 a.m., she FaceTimed Coombs. She could hear Paisley in the background yelling, "I love you, Mommy." At 10:58, she FaceTimed him again. That's when Coombs told her Paisley was unresponsive. Kendrick saw her daughter through the phone, pale, limp, her eyes barely open, dark and gray underneath. And here's what you need to understand. Deputies say Jennifer Kendrick did not call 911, and she did not rush home. She finished getting her nails done. Then she left the salon and called her mother, and she called Coombs again and then drove home. The call to 911 came at 11:38 a.m., 40 minutes after Jennifer Kendrick first learned that Paisley was unresponsive. That's what the deputies tell us. So what happened in those 40 minutes? Well, Coombs told the detectives that he woke up around 10 a.m. and heard Paisley calling from the playpen, and she was still bound from the night before. He claimed she appeared groggy, but Kendrick had just heard Paisley alive and alert at 10:29. When confronted, Coombs admitted he messed up and said he was a terrible person. Here's what police say he admitted to doing. He picked Paisley up from the playpen, hands tied, legs taped. She was flailing and kicking, and he dropped her. When she hit the ground, she sounded like she was gasping for air. Then he popped her 3 times in the chest, but detectives told him that word didn't match the injuries. So they brought in a doll. And detectives say that Coombs showed them exactly what he did. He struck the doll with the back of his hand using his knuckles and explained how he dug his knuckles into the child's chest after every strike. After the 3rd strike, detectives say Paisley stopped breathing, and Coombs realized that he had taken it too far. But instead of calling 911, detectives said Coombs removed the tape and tie, took her to the bathroom, and ran water over her face. Detectives said Coombs then put her in a high chair and tried to give her juice, which she spit up. When Kendrick finally arrived home, deputies said she found Paisley in that high chair, limp and cold to the touch. That's when she screamed, "My baby is gone, call 911. Detectives said Coombs finally made the call at 11:38 a.m. Paramedics rushed Paisley to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. At the hospital, detectives said they documented bruising on Paisley's chest, ligature marks on her ankles and wrists. During the autopsy, pathologists found blunt force trauma on the back of her head, only visible underneath the skin. The medical examiner ruled Paisley's death a homicide. The cause, blunt force trauma. Now, what about Jennifer Kendrick? What do investigators say she knew? Well, investigators say a 9-year-old boy in the home told them that Coombs put him in handcuffs every day, punched him in the stomach and chest, and left bruises. The detective said the boy demonstrated how Coombs would brace himself against a wall and stomp on him. According to the affidavit, Kendrick was aware and often present. And then there are the text messages. On January 6, 2026, more than a month before Paisley died, the affidavit states that Kendrick texted Coombs, "Babe, I know you raising him with me, but I need the popping with shoe to calm down some because I can't have the bruises on him if DCF pop up. If you want to pop them on top, they close or whatever, cool, just no bruises." The very next day, another text. "No more popping him. His whole ear is bruised up. I can't let DCF see that stuff, babe." When investigators confronted Kendrick with this evidence, she admitted she did not protect her children and that her lack of intervention played a role in Paisley's death.
The day that this happened, she was in the city getting her nails done and gets a call that her child is unresponsive. Most parents, that's the worst news you ever would get. You would be calling 911. Multiple people would be calling 911, but we received no 911 call. Not more than 40 minutes later, she drives home, and then somebody else asked them, "Have you called 911?" And then they finally dialed 911. Would that have saved this child's life? We don't know. Don't know that, but would have been the right thing to do? Absolutely. She failed in that sense, and so when you ask about her priorities, I think her priorities are herself, very selfish, to place your children into a position where you know abuse was happening, and you didn't deny that, but you allowed that to continue, and that's where her priorities lie.
But here's what matters most right now. The state attorney's office has 45 days from March 27th to decide whether to seek the death penalty against Jeroen Coombs or not. That clock started ticking the day he was indicted. The state has until May 11th to make that decision. As Lieutenant Bloom told me, the other children are now safe, thank God, with the Department of Children and Families being placed with another family. But for Paisley, there is no safety. There is no do-over. Both Coombs and Kendrick remain in the Marion County Jail without bail. Coombs has been ordered to have no contact with the remaining children, and so has Jennifer Kendrick. And we're going to keep an eye on this story and let you know what happens. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.